Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, it's Lee here from the Disc Heads and one of the founding members of the National Disc Golf Course based within the National Forest. This video is something a little bit special because we had the opportunity to promote our course and promote the sport of disc golf through BBC Radio Leicestershire. We had a lovely gentleman come down called Chase who does a series called Game Night, and he basically wanted to know all about what our course is about and also what disc golf is all about. So through this interview you get to hear what we went through making this course, as well as us basically playing a round of disc golf and him enjoying and learning about the sport. So without further ado guys, sit back, relax and enjoy this interview. And again, thank you Chase and thank you BBC Radio Leicestershire for the opportunity to promote our amazing sport of disc golf.
Game Night on BBC Radio Leicester.
Hey up and welcome to Game Night on BBC Radio Leicester, the show that shows off all the brilliant sport that we have to offer in Leicester and Leicestershire. The show that confirms week in, week out, we are in fact the sporting capital of the world. And coming up this week, we try disc golf. Hear more about this sport which has been taking the world by storm in recent years as I make a trip to a brand new course in the county.
We're all about community here. That's what we want to try and drive, because every course we've gone to has a thriving community. We want that.
Fantastic. And
especially in this area where there's not, I could say with sports it's quite interesting sometimes when you sometimes they're very welcoming into a sport and sometimes it's like you have to be in a clique. Disc golf, there's no cliques or anything like that for us personally. We just want to invite everyone and involve everyone.
We'll find out what it is that makes the sport so special at this local course, and absolutely, I give it a go too.
That's it.
Oh, for goodness sake.
That's not bad.
I let go of it way too early.
Yes,
though.
we call that an early release.
It's Game Night here on BBC Radio Leicester, and welcome to the show.
Game Night on BBC Radio Leicester.
Yes, good evening and welcome once again to Game Night here on BBC Radio Leicester, where our focus is on the world of disc golf. Yes, me too, because I didn't know anything about this until about 2 to 3 weeks ago when we received an email here at the station from a new course that was just about to open saying that they would love to get a mention out there on the radio. And I said, well, tell you what, I can do better than that. I can come along, find out all about it, give it a go, and we'll play it all out over the next hour here on Game Night. And that's exactly what I did. So you're going to hear that shortly. But if your thoughts are a little bit unsure on the world of disc golf, you think, what on earth is it? Here is some key information to help get you started.
Disc golf is exactly what it says on the tin. It's a flying disc sport in which players throw a disc at a target using rules similar to golf. The sport is usually played on a course with 9 or 18 holes, each consisting of a teeing area and a target, which in this case is a basket. Players complete a hole by throwing a disc from a tee pad toward a basket, throwing again from where the previous throw came to rest until the disc comes to rest in the designated basket. Locally, Leicestershire can now boast a new disc golf course in northwest Leicestershire. The National Disc Golf Course opened on the 1st of June this year, and that is where we head tonight to find out more.
Thank you very much to our great friend Adam Whitty there for giving us some key insight and information into the world of disc golf. And as Adam said, it is exactly what it says on the tin. Golf with discs, otherwise known to you and I sometimes as frisbees, but I know that's a brand name, so, discs is what they are regardless. And aside from that, it is very easy to pick up, very addictive, and as an avid golf lover myself, when someone wrote into the station to tell us all about this new course opening up not too far from Colville, I wanted to find out all about it and give it a try. And that is exactly what I did. I headed out to northwest Leicestershire, near to a place called Newton Burgerland, to go and meet Dan and Lee from the National Disc Golf Course. Here we are. I've arrived in deepest, darkest northwest Leicestershire, just outside of a small village called Newton Burgerland, absolutely surrounded by trees and woodland, in a really remote part of the county, really. And I'm here to try out disc golf. I have absolutely no idea what it entails or what it's like. So let's go try and find out what exactly it is.
Chase.
Hello, mate. You Daniel?
I am Daniel, yeah.
Nice to see you.
This is my colleague Lee.
Hello, both. You all right? Nice to meet you.
Sorry, I'm a bit messy. I've been
Nice
working
to
on the
meet you.
course. Sorry.
No, do you know what? I've never been out here, never been in this neck of the woods, so yeah, ain't got a clue. Good to meet you both anyway, and it's good to see you. Thanks for having us. Welcome to game night on BBC Radio Leicester. This is what we're going to be doing.
Have you ever played disc golf before?
No, I've not. So yeah, this is my first taste of it. And I ain't got a clue really on how it all works.
Yeah, if you enjoy it, you'll be addicted immediately. That's the issue with it. And it's easier than normal golf because you don't get frustrated.
That's one main thing then.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not too bad. It's very. The thing is with disc golf, it's just really inclusive. Like it's everyone and anyone can play it, and that's
beautiful.
Best thing about this sport. It is. We started like 4 years ago, and the community in England is phenomenal. Like, obviously we've just opened up a course. We had nothing but help from other courses, other people who've helped do courses. They've just been nothing but welcoming and helping.
It seems like a really newfound thing in Leicestershire, particularly then.
There's one in Mountain Mowbray.
Obviously, it got a big boom with COVID because everyone was like, I need to figure out what I could do for exercise, because obviously we weren't allowed out of our houses, but we were allowed to do some exercise. So obviously it's very big in Australia, New Zealand and America and other European countries like Norway, Finland, Sweden. And then it just kind of had we call it the COVID boom, because every time we've gone to tournaments, the first thing most people say is like, how long have you been playing, whatever. And a lot of people have said, I'm a COVID baby, picked up at COVID. And a lot of like the things in England, you've had courses been open for years, but no one knows a disc golf. But then because of the boom, there was a lot of money, and councils went to public parks putting baskets in, and people were like, I don't even know what that is. And then when you see people throwing discs in a park, you go, oh, that's what they're for.
So we're proper going into the deep, dark depths of some woodland here, aren't we? So so describe the scene. Where's it normally set then, disc golf? Because I'd imagine like a big open area. Is that the case?
Yes. So your first course, of course, is your big open areas. So when you've got like parks like Bedworth, big open fields, big open area. But then you've got your wooded courses, and the woodland courses tend to be your better courses, because in disc golf language, to keep you more honest, you have to stay low, you have to stay straight, stay straight, and you can't just throw it with all your power, and even if it just like goes off to the right, you've at least got down the course. With your big open courses, and that's obviously the case, but with forest courses, as you'll see, the fairway's a bit narrower.
I see, yeah.
And there's a few more obstacles. The better courses we play tend to be woodland, which is why we wanted to have a woodland course ourselves. We're on the basis of a campsite, so the bit that we've just walked is the campsite part. When we get further down, we've spent a lot of time clearing out the areas so they are a bit wider than we're walking down. But not considerably.
Makes it harder for me when I give it a go then.
You'll be fine. You'll honestly be fine.
In terms of how long you've been open for now, still quite fresh, aren't you?
Still fresh. This is still our first week of being officially open. We did a soft launch a few weeks back, and our family and friends here to come and play. But we officially opened on Sunday, the 1st of June. So we've still got a brand new course. At the minute, we're only 9 holes. We are expanding to 18 holes, hopefully by the end of the year. But yeah, we're a brand new, fresh course.
And is it you need good weather, or is it like golf, play any weather really?
Well, with disc golf, it's kind of an all-weather sport, and some people, like, if you take football, for example, we've played in the snow. Football, you call it off immediately. With us, when we've played in the snow, we've gone, right, the cold weather's probably going to affect our discs, but if we throw them, we're going to get a skip. So then you're skipping them, and then like hot days, your discs will fly differently. Cold days, it also affects your discs. So there's a lot more science to it, which is, for us, when we first started off, had no idea. So then we were like, well, I threw it quite far last week, why not? And then we looked into it and went like, weather. Oh, that's a contributing factor somehow.
And so this is where it's all based, is it?
This is basically, first off, this is our hub. So this is where you'll come as a if you're going to come play, or even if you're on a league night, which we're running, you'd come here, organise, sit, have a bit of a meeting, and then we'll set you off into groups. And basically, we're all about community here. That's what we want to try and drive, because every course we've gone to has a thriving community. We want that.
Fantastic.
And especially in this area where there's I could say with sports, it's quite interesting sometimes when you sometimes they're very welcoming into a sport, and sometimes it's like you have to be in a clique. Disc golf, there's no cliques or anything like that for us personally. We just want to invite everyone and involve everyone. So, we're going to get you throwing.
Okay, I'm really looking forward to this. I can see some discs being pulled out and on display now. Is this what they are then? So talk me through these basically, without taking anything away from it, frisbees.
Yeah. So we don't use the term frisbee. Because frisbee's a brand.
Yeah.
So it's much like the jacuzzi hot tub scenario.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we call them discs because they're lots of different brands. Now, the brand that I'm giving to you right now are from Disc Golf UK. So they're British-made plastic. Absolutely amazing discs in my opinion, but we get this from all over the world. There's lots of companies in America, Norway, Sweden, New Zealand. A lot of companies are now using recycled plastic to make their discs. The discs come in all different shapes and sizes, and it becomes as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. As a beginner, you only really need to worry about the fairway driver, which is the Duchess that I'm passing you now, and the putter.
I see. So we've got two different ones here.
Yeah. And as you can see, they're two different profiles. The Duchess is quite thin and will catch the air and is for driving a distance. And your putter's a bit thicker and has a bit more stability, so you can throw it a bit straighter, but it's for a shorter distance.
I like it.
But if you went through a typical disc golfer's bag...
look at all these discs.
Yeah, I know.
Look at these.
This is what I mean when it comes to being an addiction. No, it's just exactly like if you play golf. You have certain discs for certain shots. So you'd have a straight disc, and then you like, okay, I need a disc that goes left. Funny enough, they make discs that go left. And then you've got discs that go right. And then you've got discs that go really, really right and really, really left.
It sounds like a lovely game, but there's a little bit more to maybe what meet the eye.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. 100%.
Just to start with, when you're beginning, it's as I say, a fairway driver and a putter is all you need to worry about.
Yeah.
As you get more and more into the sport, that's when you start worrying about what flight numbers mean. And
well, this is all a complete first for me, but I'm loving every second of it already. I'm going to get the bug. You've started something here, gents. I'm going to get the bug. So we're here at the hub, and right. So what's to next?
Let's go.
This for you.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to grab some discs, and we'll throw a whole one. We'll get you warmed up.
So I went to see just last week, and don't worry, you are going to hear me getting well and truly into the swing of things with some disc golf in just a few minutes' time. Here on Game Night.
Game Night on BBC Radio Leicester.
Let's head back to our disc golf session that I was doing with Dan and Lee at the National Disc Golf Course, not far from Colville, very near the village of Newton Burgerland, where we've already heard from the guys all about the sport and why they decided to open this course very recently on the 1st of June. Let's hear how I got on giving it all a go. So on to hole one, which is right here, yeah?
It is right here. So from where the hub is, we've got 9 holes, and they all kind of have a flow. So you'll go to 1, then it'll flow around to 2, then 3, etc. So everything is signposted as well, and the course roughly takes about 45 minutes to an hour to play. We've got red tees and blue tees. Red tees are for beginners, for people who are just trying to, and juniors for picking up the sport. The blue tees are a bit more intermediate. So as you can see with hole 1, which we'll get to, it's a dead straight shot. But if you look back there, we've got the blue tee, where you have to hook it and go right round.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So it's a little bit challenging, and that's the one thing with disc golf is. The whole point with our course is we wanted the red tees to be the beginner tees, but to get you familiar with the sport, and then we'll throw in a few blues to, I know how to throw this hole, but it's a little bit different now.
Yeah, just keep that variety and make it more interesting when you start to get a little bit good.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and then blue tees tend to be longer. We have got some share tees on this course because the holes are tricky enough. And short enough to be both red and blue.
All right, let's do this. Who wants to show me first? Who's going to have the honours?
Yeah, no.
Go on, Dan. You go.
Go on, Dan. Dan's going to throw first.
So the key is that it's not a frisbee that you throw on a beach. They're heavier, and you need to put a bit of power into it.
I've noticed the difference just by holding them as well. Yeah. Here we go.
Up in the bush, but that's not too bad. That's the one thing with disc golf.
I see the power that you put into it, though. You know, exactly like what you said. You can tell the power needed to go into it. All right, Lee's up. Look at the throw on that. Just caught the...
Side, but as you can see, because I threw it a bit weird, it wanted to go that way, 100%.
I see, yeah. This has already indicated how bad I'm going to be now, because you guys have actually done it before. Right.
So you want to kind of put all your weight on your back leg, and then you're driving through. Kind of like that. That's exactly it. And you want to try and keep your hand, your whole arm, like 45 degrees, so it's like a flat plane.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sounds easy, but we'll see.
You watch how much I messed this up.
Hey, you never know. You might actually get a hole in one. That'd be mad.
I think we'd have to stop there and then if I did wrong.
That's it.
Oh, for goodness sake.
That's not bad.
I let go of it way too early.
Yeah, so we call that an early release. So the idea, like sometimes as you've seen, we do run-ups, but the majority is you get your plant-based and you just... how I've always described like a disc golf swing, or a throw if you want to call it. It's kind of like a golf swing. You've got to get it fine-tuned because there's about like 8 different things. Yeah. 5 different things you have to align.
Takes a lot of characteristics of golf, definitely.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right, let's do that again. I'm sorry, gents. That was shocking.
Yeah, it's all right. No problem.
First time. Doesn't count.
There it is.
Oh, I've just come to the left again.
But it's on the fairway.
Oh, we found the fairway.
Well, you found the fairway.
There we go. That's the start.
And then there's like a golf etiquette. Obviously, we walk in a line. So obviously, when you arrive to someone's disc, you just stop, let them have their shot, and they go. So that you're not going to run off and grab your disc because then your mates might pick it up and go, you said something really rude to me this week. I'm going to aim for you. You don't want to do that.
It's coming for your head.
Yes, 100%.
Right, so I'm first because mine went the least furthest. So just at the edge of the fairway. How far would you say we are now?
20, maybe 30 metres.
Yeah.
When you take your next shot, if you're using a second disc, you can just take it from where the disc has landed, and you imagine an A4 piece of paper behind the disc, and one of your feet need to be behind in that box.
Okay. How about, is that okay? Is that all right?
That's fine if you want to. Go for it.
Take mercy on me. I'm a bit close to some of the foliage, so I feel like this is going to be a challenge.
Okay, so we're still hugging
left.
that. We're still hugging left.
Is it on my right to pick this up?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Thank you. So we're still hugging?
Yeah, so after every shot, you pick your mini up, and then you basically walk to the next time you have a shot. So you play it where it lands effectively, but you are definitely in the shrubbery there. So we'll get it out for you.
Well, put it this way, my disc golf is not much different to my normal golf.
Oh, okay.
I'm always in the rough.
I can't judge.
But I'm nowhere near as frustrated as I would be now in normal golf.
Well, yeah, that's the one thing about this is everything is a learning curve with disc golf. Like, you'll realise the first couple of holes you'll be like, I'm still kind of understanding how to throw. By the end of a few holes, you'll probably be like, I'm getting the hang of this. And that's when we had our open day. A few of our friends came and our families came and were like, what have you been doing for 7 months? And they've immediately got the bug. A lot of them have gone like, oh, I started off really poorly, but then I kind of understood how to throw as it goes.
Amazing. So do I place this here?
Yeah, go for it.
Place it here. There we go. And
yeah, Dan is in a bush within like the A4, obviously.
Still in where it lies. He's going for a throw.
And it just hit a branch, but it's gone up there.
Well out, well out.
That's how it is as well. So for a lot of beginners play, you have like a friend's rule. So for us, it's like if you're coming down here, you don't have to play from the rough. You can bring it out to the fairway and keep playing. Because obviously you're starting, you're just interested about the sport. It'll be pretty brutal to be like, yeah, you're going to play in that bush there and try and throw out. It'll be not very...
Right, here's my shot 3.
No
that was a good go though from there.
Yep.
Dan, that was impressive because I'd just hit the bush anyway.
That's my specialty, being able to play in the rough. Yeah.
So what I would suggest then, you see how we've got the sign for hole 2? Aim for that.
Aim for that, okay.
Because how you've been letting go of the disc, if you aim for that, it should curve back towards the basket.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay.
So aim for that.
There we go.
What a
Perfect.
throw.
There it is.
Oh!
There we go. There we go. See? Just like little adjustments and we've got it.
I mean, that tip there, it's already paid dividends.
It's all good.
So we got a bit closer there. How far would you say that was?
I say you're within like 5 metres, so you got a decent putt now.
And now Dan's third.
So putting's a bit different, right? So I'm still within 20 feet away from the basket, so if I wanted to, I could still step. Putting's a bit different. We don't put as much zoom on it. It's more of a flick of the wrist kind of action, and should look like this.
Nice. Oh, very, very close. Just literally, I mean, must have kissed the outside of that The hole, the basket, sorry. We'll describe the basket in just a second. So, you're a lot closer than I am. I'm about 3 metres away. You're about a metre away, Dan.
Yeah.
So, you can tell who's been playing longer. So, what am I doing here, Lee?
You're gonna grab your putter. So I picked it up for you. So as you can already tell from your Duchess, you can already tell the weight and the thickness of it. So this isn't going to go probably as far as your Duchess, but you still want to give it a little bit of power. So there's 2 ways of putting, I've always said. There's either the mailman post or the squat putt. So the squat putt is you come to the side of it, so still keeping 1 foot within the A4, and all you're doing kind of is below the legs and throw like that.
Gotcha, I see.
Or you could do the postman one, which you're basically standing in front of it and you're kind of like delivering the mail. So you're basically handing off like a plate to somebody.
Yes, I see.
So all you're doing is kind of like that. So you're kind of throwing it towards the basket.
I see,
Just
I
like
see.
that. So either or is fine. And the funniest thing about disc golf, there is no right or wrong throw. There's so many different ways of throwing, but they're the 2 that I know.
Just describe the basket for us quickly, because when it comes to a golf hole, people think of a little hole in the floor. This is a bit different.
Okay, Dan, do you want to describe the basket?
Yeah, so they are about 4 foot high, a little bit taller than 4 foot. They are essentially a basket bottom with chains on top, and the chains are there to take the impact of the disc. So you throw the disc into the chains, it should stop and drop into the basket.
Yep.
So the rules are that if the basket is supporting the disc, then that is a score. You've got it in the hole. However, if it lands on top of the basket, that does not count.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's like just on top of the edge of the hole, isn't it? Yeah, like in normal golf. Right, let's do this.
Okay,
Going
all right.
for the putt.
So you want to aim at one of the chain links in front of you. So you want to just keep an eye on one, and then just get the motion, practice a few of the motions, and then let go when you're comfortable.
Feeling confident.
Perfect.
Just shy.
Needed more. Just needed a bit more.
Just shy.
But that's the motion, though. That is the motion that you're looking for.
Oh, man. Do you know, I thought you got my hopes up. I thought it was about to go in, and it literally just died.
This is the funniest thing with disc golf. Like, for a lot of people, they'll be like, I can get that in. And they'll miss that putt because they go like, I got this all day. And they're just like normal golf. When you think, I've got this 3-footer, it's easy. And you miss it, and you're like, are you kidding me? That's a joy,
look at that. Quick make for Dan. Well made. So what happens with me? Pretty much that's
from my day, you could just literally unmissable. You just drop it in, and there you go. Solid.
There we go. We finished the hole.
There we go.
So all in all, for my first experience playing a hole of disc golf, very, very satisfied. Not with my game, but just with the overall experience. And you're going to hear a little bit more of me playing a few more holes with Dan and Lee at the National Disc Golf Course in just a few minutes' time.
Game night on BBC Radio Leicester.
Let's continue our focus on disc golf on game night tonight, where I went to the National Disc Golf Course, which actually opened on the 1st of June near a small village of Newton Burgerland. I went up there just last week to meet Dan and Lee, and let's hear a bit more of me giving it a go.
Should we play one of our signature holes?
Yes, please do. So that's hole 1, and moving on now to hole 2.
Yes.
This looks already a lot more intricate than the last one.
Yeah, so the hardest shot in disc golf, and actually, funny enough, in normal golf, is a straight shot. So we wanted to create certain holes where you'd literally have to throw straight shots. And what we have here is our signature tunnel shot. It is literally, I think it's only 58 metres, but if you can get it dead straight and get it in, you're living the dream.
Yeah.
So this practices your accuracy 100%. And throwing a straight shot is incredibly, incredibly hard.
The last hole is anything to go off of. I'm not going down the middle of this.
Well, we can work with it, because obviously we've seen what you can do, so we're just going to try and tweak it a little bit.
But it looks great. I will just say, gents, this looks brilliant. I mean, the last hole looked good, but this you can just see the work that's gone into what is called greenkeeping, you know what I mean? But this is disc greenkeeping.
Yeah, there's a few holes which we've done on this course where you physically couldn't walk down them. And Dan, I'm just going to say the course designer, he was like, we're going to put a hole here. And I was like, I don't see it. And our other colleague, Rich, was like, yeah, I don't see it. And then we'd cut down a tree or a couple of branches. And then Dan's like, do you see it now? And we're like, yeah, you're the visionary. We're just the lackeys, effectively.
Well in, Dan. Yeah, no, it's looking good. So describe this one to me. Just describe it for our listeners.
So this is what we call a tunnel shot. It's still straight, but on either side we've got rows of trees. Trees are a disc golfer's enemy. If you hit them, you will either bounce into the fairway or bounce massively into the rough. You don't want to be hitting trees, but you will hit trees playing disc golf. But trees are an integral part of the sport. Now, the course was designed to get gradually harder, so the first hole is quite open and you can have quite a good throw on it, where this hole is a bit more narrow and requires a bit more precision. And as you go through the course, the holes get more and more difficult, sometimes with length, sometimes with angles, but this one is starting to test you.
Okay, well, let's do this. Lee, here we go. Are you off first, yeah?
Yeah, I'll go for it. Why not? What's the worst that can happen?
I'll attempt to do some commentary. Next up, Lee to the tee. And he sent it with power.
But that's the issue you have. When you kind of go for power, it will drift left.
You sent that with power. I mean, but still, you found the middle.
Exactly. Go for it, Dan. Show us how it's done, please.
So I'm actually going to change my shot here. I'm going to throw a forehand shot, which some people take a while to get used to. Other people find it a bit more difficult, and other people just pick it up straight away. But this shot is essentially where you typically throw a frisbee backhand. You very rarely throw one forehand. This shot is how I throw straighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll just have some players will have backhands and forehand shots. So as you can see,
off Dan goes. Oh, lovely throw.
So you can see,
and he's pinged off a tree.
Good tree.
Good tree. Look, nice technique. Forehand shot. It was gliding, and then I mean, it come off that tree beautifully, and you're just to the right now, aren't you? So nice view in. Oh God, I've got to follow this. Right, here we go. I'm just going to place this putter down.
Yeah.
If I get it anywhere near the middle.
Hey, if it's in the middle, that's you're living life. Uh-oh. That's okay. Roll back out.
Late release.
Late release. That's it. But that's the one thing with disc golf. As soon as you realise what you're doing, it sounds rude to say, but as soon as you know what you're doing wrong, you just make those adjustments.
Yeah, of course. No, but I mean the fact that you're right off with a second. About here is my footing okay?
Yeah.
I've got a gap. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to be ambitious, but I'm not going to go too powerful.
Awesome. There it is, and it's come back in lovely.
And we've found the fairway just about, but we're still quite far from the basket.
So the technique I tend to give people is it's the same motion as whipping a towel. If you can get that whip at the end, that's going to do you a lot of favours, and that's going to stop that late release, early release, if you imagine that you're whipping a towel.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense, that technique and the use of the wrist.
I'm going to use my putter so I can have a little bit more precision with it, because last time I tried to throw it, it didn't work out well for me. There it is.
What a glide. Look at that. My word.
And that's how a disc should fly. So I just proved it on the second hole.
What a throw! What a throw! I mean, it was going for it, weren't it? And you're close now to the basket.
So, like was Dan saying, like you can change your throw, you can change your disc. So obviously, higher speed means you want to put more va-va-voom on it. I just threw a 3-speed, which is most putters. So I wanted something with a little bit more control to get it up there.
This is relaxing. This is.
I know, eh?
Even though I've been throwing them left, right, and centre the wrong way.
It's all good.
Right, this is my third.
It's all good.
Still got a healthy chunk to go. Try and get it nice and straight. We'll see.
There it is.
Oh, it's just gone left.
It's just left.
And it's just found in the trees. My usual resting place at the minute.
But no, it's just like normal golf. How I've always said with people, like when you're playing, you're going from one, you're just going across the hole in dead straight, aren't you? Yeah. And that's how you learn. And that's the one thing a lot of people have found out with disc golf as well. It looks easy, but it's actually surprisingly difficult.
Getting the steps in as well. That's
100%.
what we're doing. Right, so where are we next? Is it still me?
I think we're about even.
We're about even, so to shake things up, Dan, you go next. Otherwise you'll be watching me all day.
Come back.
Nice, nice forearm throw. I think I've seen it drop.
Yeah, no, I think it's still in the tree. But...
Oh, is it rested in the tree?
Yeah, but that's okay.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
Right, Lee, if you care to hold that.
Yeah, no problem. Right, so you can see from where you are, you've got this little avenue here. I would throw it out to there, because how you've been letting go, it's been wanting to turn. So I would say throw it out through this gap here, and it will go towards the basket.
Okay. How about this? Like that?
There you go, that's it.
Oh,
exactly.
there we go, right. Try and get it out there.
There we go,
Go,
and see how it's going to skip?
Oh, it just caught a bit of floor, but
that's it. So you're learning how you can angle your shots. That's another thing when it comes to disc golf is because most of our rental discs, which is the beginner discs, they will go straight, so then you can learn how to throw them left and right.
And get that curve. Yeah, I mean, that advice you gave me, I'd have just been trying to go straight at it, but I gave it that hook. And I mean, it did come round a bit, didn't it? So
yeah,
it tried
and
to
that's
get
it,
there.
that's it.
Right, so moving on, is it?
Oh, Dan is in the tree.
I think you'd be using.
Is it still my on? Is it?
Yes, because Dan is in the tree. I can see it from here.
Well, I would switch to a putter now, Chase, from where you are.
Okay, yeah.
That is putting distance.
Yeah.
If
you hold that, if that's all right.
Yeah, so that is putting distance. You are about 25, 30 feet away, so you can still step into the putt if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got clear sight.
Remember the motion you had on the last hole? Just do exactly the same as you're comfortable with, but just give it a little bit more.
Bit more jazz, yeah.
A bit more beans, yeah.
Bit more beans, let's
More
do
beans,
this.
yeah. That's it.
Come on.
That's brilliant.
Hit that. Oh!
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit lower, and that would have been in,
That
Chase.
That would have been bucket.
Exactly.
Oh no, I'll take that. I'm happy with the distance it covered. But now on to the small matter of this.
Tree.
Dan's disc is literally suspended in a tree. What's the play here?
So you play it where it lies. So he's knocked it down. He'll play from there.
Ah, okay.
There's other things like obviously proper rules, but for us as mates, we're just like players at lies. Dan?
Oh, great shot! Dan. Oh. Playing it from that rough position.
Yeah.
And it just graced the bucket
100%.
again.
All right. So now we've all got roughly the same kind of distance for our finishing on our putts.
Is it a putt off?
I would say it's a putt
It's a putt off, right? Okay. So do you want to take yours?
Sure, why not?
And I'll stand by you. Well made.
Sorted. Thank you.
So Lee's made his. Let's go over to Dan, and then we'll finish up with me. Hopefully, making it 3 out of 3.
Make it 3 for 3. Go on.
Yeah, well, this is one of them putts where I know in my head I should have this, but I'm waiting to mess it up.
Here goes. Well made. Yeah. Well made.
It's all on you, mate.
2 out of 3. Let's do this. Let's try and get there.
Yeah, pick a chain that you like, aim right at it, and then throw
Try and
with
make
some.
one. Oh, for goodness sake.
No.
I can't believe that. I hit the rim and pinged away.
It almost went in, but it went the opposite way.
Okay, well, let's put it in on the follow-up.
Right.
Well made.
Perfect. Thank you, Dan.
Lovely, thanks, gents. That was great.
Awesome
that hole,
sauce.
I mean, it could have been better by me, but that was. I'm getting more and more the bug the more and more we go along.
You could see why people picked it up as a sport, because it does involve a lot of. How I would say, like, if you're playing football, you're running all the time, aren't you? And like other sports, you're very. How do we put it, Dan? Exercise heavy, isn't it? And this is just you're going with a general walk out with your friends and family or mates, and just throwing a few discs into holes.
And it is exactly that. Pure and simple, but really good fun and good for your mind and body at the same time. Disc golf is what we're talking about on game night tonight, and you're going to hear a little bit more before we finish the show at 7 o'clock this evening.
Game night on BBC Radio Leicester.
We are rapidly making our way towards 7 o'clock tonight here on Game Night, where our focus has been on disc golf. Now, you might just be joining us and thinking, what on earth is disc golf? Well, make sure you stick around for the rest of the show, because you will get a clear understanding of it. It is golf, but it is in the process of using discs. What a lot of people will like to call frisbees, I know, but these are just discs. Plastic discs with different profiles. You can have drivers and putters in a disc form. And you play a round of golf, 9 or 18 holes. And, of course, you want to get your score below par if you can. I went along to a course that opened up right at the beginning of the month on the 1st of June, the National Disc Golf Course. And I met up with Dan and Lee, and we've been playing a round of disc golf over the course of the last hour. But before we finished up, they very kindly played one more hole with me on their signature final hole. And are we coming into the good season for it now, or coming into the warmer, drier months?
Yes.
Yeah. Season is everything. As Lee said earlier, we do play in the winter, we do play in the rain and the snow, but all in all, to come out and actually really enjoy it, you want the nice weather.
Yeah.
I have made phone calls before to Lee and my brother saying, like, definitely disc golf weather, let's go out tonight, you know, like... wind is the enemy.
Yeah, I bet it is, yeah.
But yeah, like Lee was saying, it's a great gentle exercise. So the whole reason I got into disc golf in the first place was, as a kid, I was quite physically fit. I play a lot of football, I do a lot of running. As an adult, I slowly didn't have time for that. I did a 1.5 mile walk one day and I was shattered, really, really shattered. So I thought, I need to start doing something. So I did start with a couch to 5k, but it was hurting my knees. So me and my friend looked into it. I'd been to play disc golf before with my family, but it's as a family activity. So me and my friend looked into it and was like, do you know what, there's a course 45 minutes away, let's buy some discs and go and play it. So we did, and then we just fell in love with the sport, and 5 years later here I am with my own course.
And here we are with the course, which is great, by the way. We're on hole 3.
Yep.
And for those listening to Game Night here on BBC Radio Leicester, we've walked and done the first 2 holes. We're at hole 3, and it's literally, it's a golf hole, but for discs. You've got the tee box, you've got the nice explainer box. I don't know what you even call them, the signs that explain what it is.
It's basically for your tee pad. You're always going to have you'll have a sign that basically says this is what the hole is, and then it gives you a map. But what we've done, and what I made sure we do it for beginners and for anyone who's thinking about doing disc golf, is a little description of what the hole does. So this, as you can see, you can't see the basket from here, but it actually goes to the left.
This is a dog leg left.
It's a dog leg left. So basically the sign says you need to throw your disc right to come back left, and if you go into the trees, you're going to have fun and learn one of the rules of disc golf, that trees can be your friend or enemy.
Shall we play one more?
It's true. Now, do you want to play one of our favourite holes, or do you want to play hole 4?
One of your favourite holes. Go on, let's do it.
Say hole 8. We have to show him hole 8.
Hole 8.
Hole 8 is...
I need to see the fabled hole 8 now.
Hole 8 is one of our signature holes because it's the one we did the most work on. As in, just as we're walking up hole 4, Chase, just so you can imagine this, you couldn't walk up this.
I see.
At all.
No, not at all. While we make our way to hole 8, I'll say that again, sorry. While we make our way to hole 8, talk to me, lads. How long has the work been going on to get all this into play and to get the disc golf set up here where we are now?
The physical labour, as far as having this land and doing all the work here, about 7 months, and it's been a consistent 7 months. The 3 of us have full-time jobs, but we've been down here with volunteers and family members and anybody we can rope in to help us 3-4 days a week, really, really working hard to get it all cleared up and sorted. Unfortunately, prior to having this land, we had the hiccup of getting some land, and we tried many different avenues, but we was just not getting anywhere. So we've probably been planning this for over a year, but yeah, 7 months of hard work, and here we are today.
Yeah, and you're happy it's all open now? You're happy that it's finally here after all this work that you've put in, which, I can tell by the work you've put in, because there's actually holes to play disc golf now.
Yeah, and as Lee said, we couldn't walk down. We was walked down quite an open stretch. This is one of our more open holes, and you could not walk down here, and not like metaphorically you physically could not walk down here. So having cleared it all away and chopped down branches, and to our right here where you see this brown patch, this was all thorn bush, and so to get rid of the thorn bushes, I mean, I'm still covered in scratches and cuts and marks that probably never go away, but we're very proud of what we've achieved here.
Yeah, and is it so you two and just with the help of friends and family, or is there someone else, did you say, as well?
It's both me and Lee and my brother Richard. We've been the 3 guys that have been pushing for it. Originally there was a 4th person, but due to home commitments and family commitments he had to put out quite early on. But he's still been down here volunteering. Family members have volunteered, friends have volunteered. We've got in touch with other people from the disc golf community, the disc golf world, and they've come down to help. So yeah, it's been an absolutely fantastic experience where it's been mainly the 3 of us, but we wouldn't have been here without all the help that we've got.
Good sport, but still a growing sport, yeah?
Yeah, it's still growing. Lee mentioned earlier that during COVID there was a massive boost to the sport.
Yeah.
We're not going to follow the arrow here, we're just going to go to the right.
So yeah, we're headed to hole 8.
Yeah. So during COVID there was a massive boost to the sport, and we got a lot more players, a lot more interest in the sport, and it was just after COVID that we discovered the sport ourselves, and that was because courses were popping up all over the place. But it's growing quite substantially in the UK. Now, in the Olympics they have their special sport, so the Olympics just gone, it was breakdancing. and there's a couple of other sports there as well. Well, the next Olympics is in America, and at the minute they're contemplating whether it's going to be ultimate frisbee or disc golf.
Oh, I see. So we could see it in the Olympics potentially.
Potentially, yeah. That vote hasn't gone through yet, but it's there. It's being considered.
Wow.
In America, New Zealand, Sweden, it's a much bigger sport, and they have world championships and tournaments, and they're easy to find on YouTube. My YouTube's full of the tournaments. They, much like golf tournaments, they last all weekend for the pros. So they start playing on a Friday and they play through to a Sunday, and then all the points get added up. Points work exactly the same as in golf, so the holes that we've played so far have all been par threes. This one's a par three as well. And you go over par, you get a plus score, you go under par, you get a minus score, and at the end you total all your scores up.
Have you had an ace before?
I'm out of, I can brag and Dan's going to smile. Out of our group, I'm the worst player, but I have 3 holes in one.
Unfortunately, I've only got the one, and that was during training. We'd gone to a tournament and we were throwing some holes in the morning, so I've got my ace, but it's not officially anywhere.
I'd count that.
So you have aces and unofficial aces.
Okay.
So Dan has an unofficial ace.
It's like in golf as well. If you get an ace but no one saw it, did it really happen?
Exactly.
It's a tough one. Right, here we are. Hole 8, yeah?
Yeah, hole 8.
So describe it for us.
So I like to call this the predator hole, because as you've walked up this chase, you can see there's nothing but trees left, right and centre. So when we had the opportunity to build this and basically construct this hole, we took so many trees out and we were like, we want a very wooded course, and this is what if you think of woods, this is what disc golf like wood courses should look like. Plenty of trees. There's a couple of avenues to get to the basket, but yeah, trees are your friends and enemy on this hole.
Let's see it. Let's see this. Let's see this hole in action. I mean, I'm dreading it already, but not because of just doing it, just the fact that there's a lot of trees. Anyway, Dan to throw first.
Go on, Dan.
Oh, great throw.
It's through.
Oh, he's needled away.
Threaded
the needle through them trees.
So there's 2, as you can see on the map, there's 2 avenues. You can either go left or right, depending on how you want to throw it. So I'm just going to kind of follow down, but I'm also going to try and go through the D.
Great throw. Oh, my word. What a throw.
Stopped it on the branch, but that's exactly what we love about this.
That was still a great throw. You found a good way. I mean, you took a massive chunk of the fairway out now, so yeah, let's try this.
There we go. So you've done that, you've hugged that, you're in the middle of the fairway.
Well, at least I've not pinged off about 8 trees. But yeah, I'll take that for now.
Yeah, 100%.
Bit closer. We're a bit closer. I mean, not as close as you gents, but we're getting there.
Well, this is the funniest thing when you talk about disc golf is, and normal golf, you can be like Happy Gilmore and do an amazing drive and get it all the way to the hole. But funny enough, a putt is the same as that drive.
Yes.
So you'll have players who don't have amazing drives, but their approach and putting game is on point, and that's where you'll get some players who are really good at driving but not so great at putting, and vice versa.
And so here we're on to my second shot.
Yes.
Where's the basket now?
It's just, you'll see it.
I see it. So the tree's right in the way, so I've got a proper hook around these trees.
So you can see it. You've got a bit of an avenue here in these trees.
I'm going to go forehand. Forehand.
There we go.
Oh, just pinged off the tree.
It was dead straight though.
Yeah, there wasn't a tree there. That was actually a really good forehand.
Straight at the basket if the tree wasn't there.
Getting closer. All right, so we're moving on to Dan's. It might be mine still.
It might be.
This is just a.
It looks like the 3 of us are in one.
We're pretty much in a shooting line, yeah.
We're in a shooting line, aren't we? Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
so who wants the honours first?
I'll go.
You go, Lee. I was going to say, yours is right in the middle here. It's right down the neck of the fairway for the putt. Great putt. Oh! Clip the tree. I thought it was going to come off the tree into the basket there.
Yeah, you never know. It could happen.
Oh, it could happen. Right, OK. Do you want me to go, as we're right next to it?
Go on for it, Chase.
Right, let's do it. Come on, let's get this in. We hope. Oh, I've literally got every tree under the sun in the way here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How you've been doing it, you could go for there and then finish it like how you've been throwing it, Chase.
I'm going to use this one still, I think.
Yeah, because you've got that throw.
Come round.
There we go.
Bit better.
A little bit more beans on that, you were good. But as you can see, you've already picking up how to throw the disc, how you can shape your shots. Exactly like normal golf.
And here goes Dan.
Go on, Dan.
Go on.
Oh, that tree.
Just sailed past. Just sailed past it. Right, I mean, we're all a lot closer.
Yep.
Both of you gents were very, very close. I think it's now me to putt, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got this.
I can see why this is your favourite signature hole.
Yeah.
But it gets some people really in the woods.
100%.
Right,
so take your time on this one, Chase. Pick a chain that you like. Keep focused on that, and then do that motion. There it is.
Come on. Yes!
There you go.
I'll take that.
Putt. Nice putt, mate.
Thank you very
Good
much,
distance
gents.
as well.
So I thought, right, come on, this is the
it.
final one. We've got to make it. I've lipped out. I've missed it.
Get it
We
in.
need to make it. Right, here goes Dan. Oh, well made, Dan. Right, come on, let's have 3 out of 3. Let's go out on a high.
I'm pretty much under it.
I mean, Lee can't really miss. There we go, 3 out of 3. Gents, well played. Thank you very much for having me.
No worries.
No, you're more than welcome, Chase. As I say, we've got a brilliant 9-hole course here. We've walked around the shorter holes. There are some longer holes, some par 4s. But absolutely fantastic. £5 a round. We've got family tickets. We're running league nights. The one that I really want to promote is we've got a junior league. We've got an adult league. On Wednesday nights, we're closed but open for a neurodiverse league.
That's amazing.
I'm a neurodiversity specialist by trade. I'm very passionate about supporting people with neurodiversities. So on Wednesday nights, if you have got a neurodiversity or know anyone that has got a neurodiversity, send them down to build a bigger community. And we're the first neurodiversity league in the UK, potentially the world. Every time I Google it, I can't find anyone else that's doing this. So
yeah, could be the first. Could be the first, definitely. Well, that's amazing. And let's just touch on that. So Wednesday night's neurodiverse.
Yep.
You've got other leagues as well.
Yep.
For anyone who wants to find this course, where are you? How do people find you as well? Because I mean, I couldn't tell you where in the world I am right now.
So we're in a little village called Newton Burgerland. It's just outside. It's classed as Colville, but it's just outside of Colville. The best way to Google it is by Googling the Firing Stars campsite. I am hoping to put the National Disc Golf Course onto Google. I've never done that before, so I'm hoping it's really easy, but hopefully you'll be able to Google that as well and get to our car park. It's alley 67 2SN, but it's in the heart of the... What's the forest called?
Is it the National Forest?
We are in the National Forest. This particular... Never Cut Wood. There you go. This particular wood is called Never Cut Wood.
But no, just touching on the other leagues, like we said, on Thursday nights we do a junior league and an adult league. So obviously if you've got a family that's interested, we've done it on the same night so you can bring your whole family down. So you can have a round with your kids and then your sport and your scores will go into those leagues. But it's also another way of building the community and meeting new people, because that's what disc golf's all about. It's the social element to this sport is incredible.
Well, I think it's fantastic. Are you online as well? You got a social page, anything like that yet, or in the works?
Yes. Go for it, Dan. You're the man.
Yeah, so we can be found as at the National Disc Golf Course on Facebook. I believe we've also got an Instagram account. I don't do the Instagram. We got a teenager to do that.
Well, gents, I can see the hard work that's gone into all of this, and the hard work that it was to watch me play. So you deserve a medal. But thanks for having me along. This is brilliant. We look forward to coming back again soon. And thanks again.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you for coming down.
Let's just see them chains one more time. I just couldn't resist. There we go. There's Dan and Lee there from the National Disc Golf Course up near Colville, not too far from the village, well, very close to the village of Newton Burgerland, I must say. If you're from that neck of the woods, or you know that neck of the woods, you'll probably know exactly where I mean. I'd never been there before, so it was a first. I went there last week, and just to let you know, they have officially launched their website, which they weren't able to tell me what it was at the time. It is nationaldiscgolf.co.uk, which is their website.